Maybe they may give you root 3 sometimes, root 2 sometimes. We have to find out by the method of contradiction. We need A union B whole dash, that is the complement of A union B. The elements which are not in A union B can be found out by the universal set. Writing the conjugate and dividing it by mod z square will give you the multiplicative inverse of a complex number. So when you substitute r is equal to 3 here, it becomes x power 5. Hello everyone, a warm welcome to one and all. This is Yashruti ma'am lecturing in Vidhyaashram, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. So we were discussing about the model question paper prescribed by the Pre-University Board of Karnataka. In last session, we have discussed part A, part B section. So in this session, let's solve part C of model question paper. Let us look at the pattern of the question paper. So as I said previously in the last session, you will be having 5 sections from part A to part E. Part A 1 mark, part B 2 mark, part C 3 mark, part D 5 marks and part E 10 marks. So the number of questions they will set and the number of questions you have to answer is given here and the marks for each section. So total 100 marks you can gain maximum and the question paper will be set for 195 marks. And as in case of part C also, you will be having 18 questions, but you have to answer only 10 questions. Let's see the model question paper now. So this is the part C section they have given. So one question from the chapter sets, that is proving De Morgan's law. A union B whole dash is equal to A dash intersection B dash. And one questions on the practical problems, that is statement problems on the chapter sets will be given. Next, to find the relation and domain and range from the chapter relations and function. So you have one question on trigonometric functions, that is trigonometric ratios. Next you will be having to find out the multiplicative inverse, that is in the chapter complex number, and one quadratic equations under the complex number. So you will be having 2 questions from the chapter complex number. One is quadratic equation and the other one is to find the multiplicative inverse or other simple algebra of complex number. Next, one question from the chapter permutations and combination and 3 marks question, that is they may ask you to find out the coefficient of an binomial expansion or middle term or to find the general term or the term independent of x. Next, you have 2 questions from the chapter series and sequences, that is, so one is from the arithmetic mean and geometric mean concept, the other one is from geometric progression. Next you have to see the conic section parts, that is just learn the standard equation of all the conic sections and or find out the way to write the standard equation whenever certain conditions of a hyperbola or a parabola or an ellipse or a circle is given. So one question will be on hyperbola, parabola or ellipse and the other question will be from the circle itself. Next you have a limits chapter, that is to find whether the limit exists or not, one simple problem. Next you have a derivative with respect to first principle. So this is one of the compulsory question you can expect, that is to find the derivative using the first principle method. Next, this question also you can mark, that is proving the number is an irrational. Maybe they may give you root 3 sometimes, root 2 sometimes. We have to find out by the method of contradiction. And one from the statistics, that is to find the mean deviation using mean, that is very simple problems for raw data is given. Next we have 2 questions from the chapter probability, that is one from the algebra of events, finding A union B, A intersection B, A minus B, not A, not B, like that. And the other one question will be purely on finding the value of the probability. Either it may be finding the probability of not A, probability of T of mutually exclusive events, probability of equally likely outcomes. With the help of the statement problem, we can find the probability. So let's solve these problems now. So the first question given in part C section is, if U is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A is 2, 4, 6, 8, B is 2, 3, 5, 7, verify that A union B whole dash is equal to A dash intersection B dash. So we need to find out the De Morgan's law. First, let us find out A union B. We have set A, set B, so that we can find A union B. We need A union B whole dash, that is the complement of A union B. The elements which are not in A union B can be found out by the universal set. Hence, we get A union B whole dash as 1, 9. Next, we find out A dash and B dash, then we will intersect as A dash is 13579, B dash is 14689. When you intersect, you will get the result as 199. So, from equation 1 and 2, we can see that A union B whole dash is A dash intersection B dash. Similarly, the other statement of A intersection B whole dash is equal to A dash union B dash can also be asked. Next, as I said, there will be one more question from the chapter set, that is the statement problems. In a class of 35 students, 24 like to play cricket, 16 like to play football. Each students like to play at least one of the two games. How many students like to play both cricket and football? Since all the students are involved in the games, therefore, the union of both cricket and football will be 35. Number of students who play cricket is 24, who play football is 16. Now, we need to find out how many students will play both cricket and football. So, this is the formula we use to calculate the number of students who play both cricket and football. On solving this, we will get the answer as 5 students. So, conclude the statement by therefore 5 students like to play both cricket and football. Next one, let A is equal to 1, 2, 3 until 14. Define a relation R from A to A by R x comma y, 3x minus y is equal to 0, where x comma y belongs to A. Write down its domain and range. How is R is defined? It is defined in the ordered pair. But here the condition is given both x and y must belong to set A. The equation can be rewritten in the form of 3x is equal to y. So we can write x comma y as pair. The numbers must be taken only from set A because the relation is defined from A to A. So, when you take x is equal to 1, y is 3. When you take x is 2, y is 6. When you take x is 3, y is 9. When you take x is 4, y is 12. When you take x is 5, y will be 15, which cannot be written because 15 does not belongs to set A. Hence, we will stop writing the ordered pairs here. So, next we need to find out domain. What do you mean by domain? The set of all first elements in the ordered pair. So, 1, 2, 3, 4 are the first element. Next, we will write the range of R. What do you mean by range? The set of all second elements in the relation. So, 3, 6, 9, 12 are the second element in the set R. Hence, the range is 3, 6, 9, 12. So, this kind of question will be asked. That is writing the relation and finding its domain and range. Next one. Cos x is equal to minus 3 by 5. X lies in the third quadrant. Find the values of other trigonometric functions. So, here since x lies in the third quadrant, cos is negative because cos is negative in the third quadrant. We need to find out the other 5. That is sine, tan, cot, secant and cosecant. Now, here we have the steps here how to find out those trigonometric function. Determine the signs of the ratios in the third quadrant. First, we need to find out the signs of all trigonometric functions in the third quadrant. Next, we will find out sin x. Once you find out sin x, you can find tan and cot. Once you found cot and tan, you can also find secant and cosecant. Now, let's see the third quadrant of trigonometric ratios. So, this is our first, second, third and fourth. In the third quadrant, only tan and cot are positive and all others are negative. So, here we have 3 by 5. So, using the right angle triangle concept also, we can take cos x. So, cos x is adjacent by hypotenuse. So, the other side can be taken as 4. Hence, how we can write the sin x? Sin x is 4 by 5. What is the sign here? In the third quadrant, sign is negative. So, therefore, it is minus 4 by 5. Next, we can write the secant. So, secant, cos is minus 3 by 5. So, secant is minus 5 by 3. Similarly, we can write cosecant. Cosecant is reciprocal of sine. So, it is minus 5 by 4. Next, we can write tan. Tan x is sine by cos. So, we get it as 4 by 3. And cot is reciprocal of tan, so it is 3 by 4. See here, only tan and cot are positive. All other trigonometric ratios are negative because all of them lies in the third quadrant. Next one. Find the multiplicative inverse of the complex number. To find the multiplicative inverse of a complex number, we have a formula. Conjugate of z is equal to modulus z square. How we'll write the conjugate? What is the conjugate of the complex number? So this is 4 plus 3i. So 4 minus 3i, the conjugate, if this is our z, then the conjugate is 4 plus 3i. How we will find the modulus? Modulus is square root of 4 square plus minus 3 whole square. So you need to take a and minus 3 here. So once you square, this is equal to 25. If you remove the square root, it is nothing but modulus square. So therefore it is 4 plus 3i divided by 4 square plus minus 3 whole square. 4 by 25 plus I 3 by 25. Write the conjugate for the complex number given and divide it by modulus square. So remove the square root here, you will get the modulus square. That is 25 you can write. Without square root, it is mod z square. Hence, writing the conjugate and dividing it by mod z square will give you the multiplicative inverse of a complex number. Next, we have one quadratic equation will be given to solve. So here is a quadratic equation given. We know the formula, that is the roots can be written in the form of minus b plus or minus I root 4ac minus b square by 2a. For any real roots, it is b square minus 4ac, but for complex root, you can directly write it as I into 4ac minus b square. So once you solve it, b is nothing but 1, a is 1, c is 1 by root 2 here. So if you substitute and solve, you will get the answer minus 1 plus or minus square root of 2 root 2 minus 1 whole divided by 2. So this is the root of this complex number. Next one. Find the value of n such that np5 is equal to 42 np3. N is greater than 4. We should find the value of n which is greater than 4. np5 can be written as n factorial by n minus 5 factorial. And np3 can be written as n factorial by n minus 3 factorial. Once you cancel n on both sides, so this one you can write it as 1 by n minus 5 factorial is equal to 42 into 1 by n minus 3, n minus 4, n minus 5 factorial. So you can cancel these two. Then you can shift n minus 3, n minus 4 here is equal to 2. On solving, you will get the equation n square minus 7n minus 30. Again splitting the middle term, we will get the factors, and after solving it, we will get the value of n is equal to 10 or n is equal to minus 3. But we have to choose the value of n which is greater than 4. Hence, the value of n is 10 here. Next one. I said one question from the chapter binomial theorem, that is they may ask you to find out middle term, general term, to find coefficient or term independent. All of them have the same formula with the last step slightly varying. For this question, find the coefficient of x power 5 in the expansion of x plus 3 whole power 8. We know the formula TR plus 1 is equal to NCR a to the power n minus r b to the power r. Now here, using this formula, the value of n is 8 here. See this? So you can compare with this a plus b whole power n. Value of a is x, value of b is 3, and r we don't know. Here we need to find out x power 5. Here we have a coefficient of x power 8 minus r. Then what must be the value of r so that it becomes 5? Obviously it should be 3. So when you substitute r is equal to 3 here, it becomes x power 5. Now we need to find out the coefficient. So leaving this x power 5, calculate what is 8c3 multiplied with 27. You will get 1512. Hence, the coefficient of x power 5 in the expansion is 1512. So evaluating this by finding r, you will get the coefficient of the required variable. Next one. Insert 6 numbers between 3 and 24 such that the resulting sequence is an AP. So we have to insert 6 numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 between 3 and 4. That means you can take this as the first term. So 7 and this is the last term, that is A8. A8 can be written in the form of A plus n minus 1 into D. A is 3, 8 minus 1 into D. Solving we get D is equal to 3. Since this is an AP, just add 3 to the next term. So 3 plus 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. So this is the sequence in the form of an AP. Next one. The sum of first three terms of GP is 13 by 12 and the product is minus 1. Find the common ratio and the term. So here, let me take A by R, AR in the GP as the first three terms. Then they have given their product is minus 1. So let me multiply all. R get cancelled. We get A cube is equal to minus 1. So which can also be written as minus 1 whole cube. Hence we get value of A is equal to minus 1. Also they have given the sum of their terms is 13 by 2. That is A by R, A plus R 13 by 2. On solving this fraction, we will get the equation 12R square plus 25R plus 12 is equal to 0. Again, solving this quadratic equation, we will get R is equal to minus 3 by 4 or R is equal to minus 4 by 3. We have taken the terms as A by R, A and AR. We know the value of A is minus 1. We have the value of minus 3 by 4 or minus 4 by 3. So, from the two cases also, the terms are either 4 by 3, minus 1, 3 by 4 or 3 by 4, minus 1, 4 by 3. Just substitute the value of A and R in A by R, A and AR so that you can find the terms. Next question. Find the equation of the hyperbola whose foci are plus or minus 5, 0. The transverse axis is of length 8. So here, by observing the focus, that means the transverse axis is x-axis. So this is our transverse axis. So therefore, my hyperbola will lie here. So this is my focus. So the focus is given means C is given. That is C is equal to 5. And the transverse axis length is given, that is 2a. Solving this, we will get a is equal to 4. Now, if this is the form of an hyperbola, then the equation will be of the form x square by a square minus v square by b square is equal to 1. So this is the standard equation. So now we have c is equal to 5, a is equal to 4, but we need to find out b. To find b, we have a relation c square minus a square. So substituting this, we will get b square as 3 square, that is 9. So substituted to the standard equation, we have a as 4, b as 3. Hence the equation is x square by 4 square minus y square by 3 square is equal to 1. So this is the equation of the hyperbola. Next one. Find the center and radius of the circle x square plus y square minus 4x minus 8y minus 45 is equal to 0. So here you can expect two questions from the chapter Conic section. One question compulsorily they'll ask from circles and the other question may be from parabola or hyperbola. So here we have this as the equation. Now let me convert this to as square numbers. To convert them as square numbers, I have x square minus 4x can be written as 2 into 2x, add 2 square. Y square, 8y can be written as minus 2 4s, add 4 square. Similarly, shift 45, add 2 square, add 4 square. Because once you add in the left hand side, the same thing should be added in the right hand side also. So hence, this can be written in the form of x minus 2 whole square. This can be written in the form of y minus 4 whole square is equal to 65. So comparing this with x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square is equal to r square. We can find h and k as 2, 4 which is center. R square is 65. So r is root 65 which is the radius of the circle. Next one. Evaluate limit x tends to 0 f of x if it exists when f of x is equal to mod x divided by x. We know that the modulus function will be taken as x if x is greater than or equal to 0 and minus x if x is less than 0. So we have two cases here. So let me apply both the cases. So this is the function they have given. Limit x tends to 0 minus mod x. Let me take mod x as minus x. If you take mod x as minus x, then I'll get the left hand limit as minus 1. Now let me apply the same for the positive, that is the right hand limit, that is after 0. So this is right side, this is left side. So left side is nothing but 0 minus, right side can be written as 0 plus. When you apply that, for numbers 0 and greater than 0, modulus x can be taken as x. Hence, when you cancel, it is 1. To find or to say whether the limit exists or not, the left hand limit and right hand limit must have the same value. But here they are not equal. So left hand and right hand limits do not coincide. That means they are not equal. In that case, the limit of a function does not exist at a point 0. Next one. So I said there will be one question to find the derivative using first principle. What is the definition of first principle? F dash of x has limit x tends to 0, f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. So using this definition, we have to find the derivative of any functions given. But here they have given y is equal to sin x. Hence, in the place of f of x, it is sin x. In the place of f of x plus h, it is sin x plus h. Now apply sin c minus sin d. Now apply the sin x minus sin y transformation formula, that is equal to 2 cos x plus y by 2 sin x minus y by 2. So using this transformation, I can write here limit h tends to 0, sin x plus x means it becomes 2 cos 2x plus h divided by 2, and here sin x plus h minus x is h by 2 whole divided by h. So when you apply the limit as h tends to 0, so here you have 2 cos, so you can divide it, you will get x plus h by 2 sin h by 2 divided by h. Multiply 2 and divide by 2 here, so 2 get cancelled. Now apply the limit. So here it becomes limit h tends to 0 cos x plus h by 2, and here it is limit h tends to 0 sin h by 2 over h by 2. So this is the standard form of the form limit x tends to 0 sin x by x, whose value is 1. Hence, this whole term will become 1. Now here if you apply limit as h tends to 0, this becomes cos x plus h is 0, 0 by 2 is 0 into 1, which is equal to cos x. Hence, the derivative of sin x is cos x. So, using the definition of the first principle of derivative and applying the transformation formulas, we can find the derivative of any function. Here, sin x derivative is cos x. Next one, verify by the method of contradiction that root 7 is irrational. To prove whether the given number is irrational, we have to follow certain steps in the method of contradiction. So, contradiction means assuming the result is false. So, the contradiction means taking the vice versa of the result. They have given root 7 is irrational. So, contradiction method means we have to take root 7 is equal to a by b. That is, they are rational, where a and b are integers with no common factor. So, except 1, it does not contain any common factor. If this is the case, if you square both sides, you will get 7 is equal to a square by b square. So, what does this means? 7 divides a square. If 7 can divide a square, that means 7 divides a. Hence, a can be some multiple of 7. So, let me take this as equation 1. Now, substitute a is equal to 7c here. So, then it becomes 7c whole square is equal to 7b square. So, here taking, then we can cancel 49 and 7, then we will get b square is equal to 7c square. What does this mean? Again, this means 7 divides b square with some factor as c square. So, this is equation 2. But what we have assumed, there is no common factor. But here 7 divides a, 7 divides me. That means 7 divides both A and B, and it has a common factor 7. But according to me, it should not contain any common factor. But here I am getting it has a common factor 7. Hence, our assumption is wrong. What we have assumed, root 7 is rational. So therefore, what we can conclude that this shows that assumption root 7 is rational is wrong, or we can write our assumption is wrong, hence root 7 is irrational or not rational. Next question. Find the mean deviation about the median for the following data. So the set of score is given. So to find the mean deviation about median, the scores have to be arranged in increasing or decreasing order. So let's arrange it in increasing order. To find the median, I have to find out n plus 1 by 2th observation. So n is 11 here because we have 11 numbers. 11 plus 1, 12, 12 by 2 is 6th observation will become my median. So which is the 6th observation? 9. Hence my median is 9. Now we have to find out deviation from all the scores. So that is xi minus m. Take the score, deviate from 9, that is subtract from 9. 9 minus 3, 6. Take only the positive values. 9 minus 3, 6. 5, 4, 2, 0, 1, 3, 9, 12. Again, that is you have to subtract 9 from all these scores. Then after getting this, add it. Find out summation of xi minus mod m. So once you add all this, you will get it as 58. Then divide it by total number of scores. That gives you the mean deviation. That is, when you divide the summation by n, when you divide it by n, that is 1 by 11 into 58, this is the mean deviation you will get. So to find the mean deviation about median, arrange the scores, find the median, find deviations from all the scores, add it and again divide it by n, you will get the mean deviation. Next one, a die is thrown, describe the events, a number less than 7, B, a number greater than 7, find A union B and A intersection B. The last two questions will be from the chapter probability, one from the algebra of events and the other to find out the probability of an event. So this is algebra of events. So here, first let us find out what is A. They have given a number is less than 7. When a die is thrown, you can find the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 which is less than 7. And B says a number greater than 7. You can't get any number when a die is thrown which is greater than 7. Hence it is an empty set. So now we need to find out A union B. A union B, writing all the elements in A as well as B. Since B contains no elements, the set is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 which is A itself. Now there is no common elements between these two to find an intersection. Hence, intersection is also empty, which is nothing but B. Next question. In a class 11 of a school, 40% of the students study mathematics and 30% study biology. 10% of the class study both mathematics and biology. If a student is selected at random from the class, find the probability that he'll be studying mathematics or biology. So, it is given in percentage. Let us convert it into decimal form. 40% means probability of students studying mathematics is 0.4. Probability of students studying biology is 0.3. Studying both maths and biology is 0.1. We need to find out the probability of the students studying biology or mathematics. That is, probability of a student studying maths or biology is nothing but probability of M union B. We have this formula. Using this formula, we can calculate probability of M union B is 0.6. Since the question is given in terms of percentage, let us express the answer in terms of percentage. So 0.6 means 60%. Therefore, conclude the statements always whenever the statement problem is given. Hence, the probability of a student studying maths or biology is 60%. Thus, in 3 marks question out of 18, you have to attend only 10 questions. Choose whichever lessons is easiest for you and write the proper solution set as well as the answer. We'll meet you in the next session with remaining parts. Until then, keep watching, keep learning, keep exploring. Thank you.